The Merman's Kiss, a Mates for Monsters novella, written by Tamsin Ley, narrated by the author. Chapter 1. Briana dropped the pregnancy test into the bathroom trash and joined Eric in bed. He had his laptop across his knees, studying one of his corporate financial projection reports. "Negative," she said, fighting the crack in her voice. The sheets felt frigid against her skin. Without looking away from the screen, he reached over and patted her shoulder. "We'll try again next month." After a stillborn baby girl almost 2 years ago, they'd followed the doctor's advice to wait a year before trying again. Now, another year had passed without a ray of hope. What if she'd lost her only chance to be a mother? A tear leaked from the corner of her eye, soaking into the pillow. "Maybe we should stop trying." "If that's what you want." He scrolled the mouse. Brianna's chest ached. "Eric?" "Hmm?" He tapped his finger against the mouse pad. "Eric?" Her voice did crack this time. At least he looked away from the computer. His eyes reminded her of the fish in the tank at his office, round and dark and emotionless. She swallowed her tears and slid her head forward to rest her cheek on his arm. "Make love to me." His forearm bunched as he pulled it from beneath her. Her chest lightened for a single heartbeat. Then his arm settled back around the top of her pillow. He patted between her shoulder blades and returned his gaze to the computer. "It's late. We'll try again next cycle." The salty breeze blowing across the pier tasted of tears. Behind her, a few scattered people went about their off-season business along the boardwalk. Ahead, only empty, colorless gray sky and water. Briana stepped off the pier. The heavy fishing weights cinched around her waist did their job, pulling her toward the bottom quickly enough to make her ears pop. She'd heard drowning wasn't a bad way to go, but the salty water stung her eyes and nose. And the water was cold. Really cold. As the light above faded to murky blue, she watched the final pockets of air billow upward from her blouse. Who knew the bottom was this far down? A school of fish blocked the meager light a moment, and then they were gone. Her chest burned with need, but she was afraid to take a breath. Was she sure she wanted to do this? She and Eric had been married 3 years before she'd realized he was such a cold fish and would never change. Even the stillbirth of little Pauline hadn't seemed to touch him. But he also wasn't the only fish in the sea. Would divorce be so bad? Just before he died, her father had made her swear never to divorce her husband. Her mother's abandonment had torn out a part of his soul.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?